Hello, welcome everyone. In this video, we are going to learn a graph, how to graph a linear line when you're provided 2 points on the line. So let's take a look at the example. We have this line that is passing through these 2 points. So from this information, we are going to graph the line. We are going to find the slope of the line, and we're going to find the equation of the line. So I'm going to put these 2 points on the graph first. The first point is -4 comma -2, so x is -4 and y is -2, so this is the point right here on the graph. And the next point is 4 comma -6, so 4 in the positive direction and -6 in the negative y direction right here. So these are the 2 points that are given, and we want to find a line that passes through these 2 points and also find the equation of that line. So the first thing we're going to start with is finding the slope of this line. So we know that slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, which is change in y over change in x, rise over run. All right. So if we look at these 2 points, the smaller x value is -4, so it's going to be our first point, x1. This is the corresponding y value, y1. So this would be our x2, and this would be y2. Okay. Now let's go ahead and plug in these values into this formula right here. So y2 is -6. Minus x2, y1 is -2, and then divide that by x2 is 4, minus x1 is -4. Okay, now simplify the numerator. We have -6, and a negative times negative becomes positive, so it's +2 divided by 4, and negative times negative becomes positive, so it's +4. So we have -4 on the top when you add these two, and 8 in the denominator. And then you go ahead and simplify this, it becomes -1/2. So the slope is -1/2. Now we can plug this into our equation, which is y equals mx plus b. And then go ahead and make a substitution for m, which is -1/2. We just calculated x plus b. Now we have to find what b is. To find the b, we need to use one of these points and solve for the b, because once we can use one of these points, then we can plug in the x and the y value into this equation and solve for b. So let's go ahead and do that. So we can take the first point, -4 comma -2, and plug into this equation. So -2 goes for y, -1/2, and for x we put in -4 plus b. Okay, so this is -2, and this, simplify this, 2 cancels out this 4, and you're left with 2 on top, and -1 times -2 becomes +2 plus b. And then we go ahead and simplify this further, -2 and -2 to isolate b, so b becomes, this is gone, and -4. So now we have equation of the line y equals -1/2 x minus 4. Okay, so we can put this point here as well, like, you know, our y-intercept, -4, 0 comma -4. So this is our one of the points. Now let's draw some more points on the graph. We know that the slope is -1/2, so for every unit in the every 2 units in the y direction, the graph moves down by 1 unit. That's what, so rise is -1 and the run is 2, so it's like this. So you move 2 units in the x direction and 1 unit in the y direction, or -1 unit in the y direction. I'm sorry, because it's going down, -1. So we move 2 units here and 1 down, 2 units here, 1 down, 2 units here, 1 down. So here we go. This is basically the graph of the line we have. Okay, y equals -1/2 x minus 4. All right, now let's go ahead and do the second example. It's a similar situation. We have we want to graph a line passing through these 2 points. So let's put these 2 points on the graph first. So the first point is -2, -6. So -2 in the x direction and -6 in the y direction. So we have right here, this is our first point. The second point is 5, 0. So we are looking at 5 units in the x direction and 0 in the y. So it would be right here. And then we want to go ahead and graph this line using this information and calculate the equation of the line as well. So the first thing we want to do is find out the slope of this line. M equals y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, now let's mark our x2 and x1 here on this from these 2 points. So the smaller x value is -2, so this is going to be our x1. So this is our x1, and this is our y1. This is our x2. This is our y2, okay? Now we go ahead and make a substitution here. For y2, we know it's 0, minus, for y1 it's -6. For x2, we know it's 5, minus -2. And we go ahead and simplify this. So we have 0, negative times negative becomes positive when you multiply, so this becomes +6. And in the denominator we have 5, and negative times negative becomes positive as well, 2. So it becomes 6/7. So now the slope is 6/7. We go ahead and make a substitution in this equation, y equals mx plus b. And we plug in y equals 6/7x plus b. Okay. Now we go ahead and solve for b. So we can use one of these 2 points. So I'm going to use this time this right here and plug in for the y and x and solve for b. So I'm going to use 5, 0. So let's plug in these values here in this equation. So y is 0, 6/7, and for x, plug in 5 plus b, and simplify this. So 0 equals, when we simplify this, you multiply the numerator with 5, so it's 30/7 plus b, and then you go ahead and subtract 30/7 from both sides to eliminate 30/7 and solve for b. So b equals -30/7. So your equation becomes then y equals 6/7x minus 30/7. So now we know the slope is 6. So for every 6 units in the x direction, your y value moves, every 7 units in the x direction, your y value moves 6 units in the y direction. So if we do 7 units in the x, 7, the graph moves 6 units up here. This is 6. So 6 in the x direction, 7 in the x direction, 6 in the y direction. So this is your slope, rise over run. So for every 7 units in the x direction, the rise is 6 units in the y direction. So we go ahead and do that. So we have 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6 right here, 7 right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So okay, so this is the point right here. Since the graph is the graph plane is really small, we can't really put more than 2 points on the line. So we're gonna go ahead and just connect these two points right here, and this is y equals 6/7x minus 30 over 7. All right. So this is the equation of the line. This is the graph of this line. Alrighty. Hopefully this helped.